Hello everyone, Vicki Achard here with Nature's Best Art. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to be making greeting cards for a Christmas gift. We're going to be making 3 of them together. We're going to be putting 3 together. I've already started my wedding cards for them, for the people that I'm going to be making these for. So I'd like to show you what I made already and then we'll put 3 together, okay? Let me turn you down here, get you closer. Let's see here, there we go. Wish I could get you closer, and one day I'll figure all that out. But right now, that's what I got. So here are my wedding cards that I've been working on. I just want to show you what I've done, and maybe this will give you some ideas of how to use up your scraps. This is like from an older calendar that I just loved, and I stamped this. And I put my, actually this is my watercolor panels, I call these. On top, you cut these 4.5 by 6.5 to fit the front of the card. And I like to put a little color on there also. You can maybe see it's teal to match, you know, the design. And these are the, let me show you some of these here that I have. What I do is in my palette, when I have paint left over, I like to, you know, make these for my panels. And then, you know, I love to match color. And they're just so, I think they're just so beautiful with the cards. And I also use these for my Bible study journals that I'm making too, on the front of my Bible study journals. So they've come in really, you know, handy. And I just love the colors. So that's that. And then the next one is one of my designs that I made. And this is a scrap. Don't ask me why. I always do that. I think, why did I tell Tom that I don't like, you know, this print that he made for my cards? You know, this was an original. And then he made a print of it. And then so what I did is I put this ribbon on here. It says tie the knot. Very appropriate, I think, for a wedding. And then this, how I made this, I'll show you. And then this I just stamped and put on here, now and always, tie the knot. And then I'll show you what I did use for that. I used one of these stencils, of which it's this one. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of glary. I'll try not to put too much glare for you. It's a heart. And it's by DCWV. And then I have several of them. This is nice for like if you scrapbook and scrapbook. And so then what I do is I use a blender for that. I'll show you what I have just to give you some ideas if you're a new you know, you use stamps and you're kind of new at it. This is, you know, the blender I have. Sometimes I use these sponge daubers, makeup sponge daubers. I don't use these for my, you know, sponges for my makeup. Some people do. Some people just have these, you know, in their house. But I purchased these. And then this is how I store my other sponges. I have these kind of sponge daubers, and then the square ones. And then the you know, the round ones that fit on here. Here's the square ones that fit here, and then these little ones that you can hold you know, on your finger. And you know, what you do is you put the stencil down on a piece of paper. I put the stencil down, and then I took my sponge dauber and I went like this all around, because you know, it'll go where the hole is. See where the, you know, the mark right there. It made a heart. That's all I did there. And so I thought that turned out really pretty. And let's see what else I have here. Oh, this is another design of mine. Now when I deal with or hold sponge daubers or do anything like that, I use a wipe, because you never know. Sometimes you might have a smudge on your finger and it'll get on your card, and you don't want that. And then I also, you know, use a little towel or something to wipe my hands. So they're nice and dry again. Okay, so the next one is one of my designs, and I thought it was so appropriate. Happily ever after. They're taking a walk, a romantic walk in the evening, and I just love that for a wedding card. And this is one of my watercolor designs. Now what I'm going to do is, when I use black, after, the video's done, what I have to do with these cards is I put, my congratulations, all of them, most of them in the middle, and then on the black one, I'll insert a white paper or, some kind of maybe pretty blue paper, so that when the person that gets this can write, their name and everything, and it'll show up better. So that's what I'm going to do after I do the video. So, and then this one I thought was very pretty. It's really, it's like a gift paper that I had. And it had a little tape on it here from me using the gift paper. So what I did was I had a little of this paper left over, and I cut a piece of the, flower out, and I put it right on the tape. And then what I did is I thought that it needed just something else just beside the paper. So I cut, a heart out myself there. And I actually used, I believe for the heart here, I used a cookie cutter, to trace around it. So it would be real nice. And then what I did is I wanted to replicate sort of like this design here on top. And then what I used is, I don't know if you can see how pretty this is, shiny. I don't know if you can see that. Let me show you what I did. First of all, I stamped this, and I made this sentiment with one of my stamps. And I put it on there, and I thought, it looks nice, but I don't know. I wanted a little bit more, shinier color. Like this is like shiny stuff. So then I used, over the green, I did stamp the green, but over the green I used my gel pens. And see the shininess of these gel pens. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks really shiny. But I've decided that it's so frustrating when I have a whole bag of gel pens and they dry out. I don't know why they dry out. So I'm going to consider like just, making sure after the video I'm going to take my gel pens that work and just put those in the bag, because like 5 of them, out of 10 don't work, and it's just so frustrating. So I'm just going to see which ones work, keep the ones that work. And then what I found in my drawer, and maybe you have some of these too, is different pens that I have. I have all these pens here that I can see. I'm going to see, sometimes you forget what you have in the craft room, right, if you don't use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to actually, use these. And these are not my gel pens. They're other pens, special pens that I have, gold and green and orange and all these pens that I haven't been using. And I'm going to use these instead, and then just use, like, I have, Sharpies I can use. But those gel pens are very frustrating because they dry out. And I hope that the ones that do work don't dry out. I just have to see which, because I go to, several times during my card making, I went to, grab a gel pen and it was dry. So I just used something else. But anyway, so that's I just want to tell you about that with my gel pens. I don't know if you have that trouble or not. Now this one, was different papers that I have in my craft room, but this one took me most cards, and that's why I don't want to just bring a card out. Maybe one day I will make one card for you and show you my thoughts about, just picking up some scraps and making the designs and such. But if I do that, it takes me 20 minutes to a half an hour to make one card, honestly. And so, now, there are a few that were faster, and I'll show you the ones that were, well, like this one. This one didn't take, hardly any time. I knew what I wanted there, and it took me, like 10 minutes to figure out that. But something like this, when I put scraps like that together, you might want to stay away from it, because I pick it up and I thought, oh, I like it, and I put it down, and oh, I don't know, I got to add this and I got to add that. But now here I see one thing right here, and it's really bothering me. So this morning I looked in my paper and I thought I just can't give that to somebody with that one little black mark. Well, that's what card making is anyway. It's a buildup of when you think when you know it's done, when you're nothing bothers you about it. It's wonderful. You love it. You make a mistake here and there, you fix it, and then and then it's done, right? Well, this one bothered me still. So I am going to do it right now. I decided what I wanted to do. I thought, should I extend this little mark? Because what I did is, see, I outlined it to highlight all these pieces to make it stand out more, right? Okay, so right here, I kind of went over, so I put some hearts there, put some hearts here, and I thought, okay, it's done. But this still bothered me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this little paper I've decided, and I'm going to put this on there. Now, that to me is a finished card. So I'm going to do that right now, okay? So I'm going to take my ATG gun, and I'm going to put it on there. It's the tape. And this is 1/4 of an inch, so it's a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. So when it does that, you just poke it down in there like this. See, like that, because you don't want any glue, tape sticking out, right? Because it's going to stick to whatever's the next thing, next to it, which is your envelope. So you stick it all the way in there. And here's a little there. Okay, now I'm going to put this on here. All right, I'm going to take care of this mark that's been bugging me. If I can get that straight. There we go. There, I do like that much better. Now, I did put black here. Maybe I'm going to have to put all that black all the way. No, I'm just going to leave it, because that's what I ran up against, that. But I like it now. This could have been a little bit, when you press your stamps, you make sure you got quite a bit of ink on. That is a little light for me, but I'm going to leave it. Okay, so the next one, I just love this color. I love, it reminds me of a fall color. This background, this was one of my watercolor backgrounds. And I made this heart here, and then this with my stamp. It says, laughter, joy, and kindness are the herbs to gladden the heart and delight the soul. Laughter, joy, and kindness. I think that's a wonderful message for a couple, don't you? This is for, a wedding. I like that. And then this was one of my designs. So let's see, when it's one of my designs, I put, that on the back. I've been putting that. If it's not one of my designs, and these are, scraps that I've been using, I just sign my name, because I did put it all together. But this is one of my designs for my watercolor. And I love that. It matches so well, I think. And then my last one is this one. And this one I worked a little bit on too, because first of all, I stamped it. I liked it. I changed this. These are 2 little hearts. These were different color. And then I outlined this here. This was one of my scraps in my stash that I use. I did, put the color around here, which I do with my blenders, how I showed you, my blenders. So I think that turned out real pretty too. So there's the ones I did. And so now we're going to be working with the ones that need to be done, okay? And here's one of them. I don't want to pick it up to show you because everything will fall apart like it just did. Hold on, I gotta get, because it's not together. We'll put that, oh, excuse me, I knocked the camera a little bit. So, like I say, when I develop, a design in a card, okay, I'll show you what I started with, okay? This was one of my cards. Oops, there goes, I forgot that was on there, and I have to get that, excuse me. I made that. Okay, so anyway, this was one of my cards that I got for my wedding 39 years ago. And it was actually a bigger card. And then somewhere, I can't remember now, I think it was in the middle of the card, it said this: Okay, beautiful wishes, a happy heart, God's blessing, and a long, good life together. So that was just, one card like that, and then, in the middle it had that, but it didn't have that cut out. I just cut that out. So I want to keep this here because I really like the way that looks. Oh yeah, I can take that out because that's not, together. So here's what I mean by like putting a white paper so people can put their name, a message to them. So okay, so let's start putting this together now. All right, and I love to coordinate papers. So what I have here, and this is a little mark here, right there, but nobody's going to see it. So I thought that this paper, let me show you what I have. I have these all the different color kind of papers that I can use in boxes. I think I showed you this the last video I made on my Father's Day cards. So this is my white and, my black colored papers that the papers that I have, black and white. And I've accumulated this for years. I don't know how you do it, but like this is, was a leftover piece that I, made this, with my punch. And this is, part of this that I'm going to be using today. I think this is really pretty. I kind of wanted to use that, but I didn't. I kind of fiddled with that a bit. Just really special papers, just, like this was a bag that I thought maybe one day I'll make a, oh, wouldn't that be nice, like with an animal print on it or something. Oh, wow. I just thought of that with I painted a zebra one time. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you that that's how I store my, like I call them my special, different color papers. Now, just to let you know, my solid papers I have in a file in a drawer by the color, so that's real nice to do. And what I do is now that I'm accumulating quite a bit of smaller colors of paper, I'm developing a system where I'm going to organize those two, and when I get that done I'll show you, because that's been really bugging me. Oh dear, what happened to my other part here? Oh, there's two. Okay, let's put this together now. So now this took me probably about a half an hour to figure out. That's why I don't want to start every card to show you, from the beginning, because I'm pulling paper out, thinking about, what I'm going to use. Oh, here's a message to Dear Vicki and Tom. Oh my goodness. So that was a long time ago. But you know what? I've had these a long time, 39 years. And you know what? I don't mind giving them away because I just want to, make other people happy too, and they just be sitting here. And so that's what I like to do. This ATG gun is really nice. Can you see me doing that? Yeah. I kind of have to start in the middle. See there, I wasn't watching. I was looking up at the camera. What you got to do is you got to put this down like that and roll it like that. And it's just been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And things will never fall off when you use this ATG gun. I'm going to put this a little bit here, I want it about right there. See why I'm using other paper with this, and I added it to it because this is too small for a 5x7, so you want to extend it a little bit. And I didn't get it very, yeah, I guess it looks pretty. Yeah, that's okay. All right, then let's put our top pieces on, and this is a fourth. This is only a fourth, and this is wider here. And I bought this actually to make for with my Bible study journals. And what my husband did is, Tom, he added this piece right here. If you ever get a 1/4 inch tape, you have to make some kind of wooden thing here, otherwise they keep coming off. So anyway, I'm glad he did that. So then you just put that on there like that. Okay. And stick this under here a little bit. It came out off. Okay, now let's put this here. Now, is this the same size as this? Let me see. It might be a little longer. If it is, then I just cut it off. Let me see if it's sticking up a little bit. Yeah, it's sticking out. Let me see if I can get that off just a little bit. You turn it around and you use your fussy cutter scissors and just cut that off like that. I thought this was really pretty, this shiny paper here to use. Okay, and then like, is that gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna put this like this so I get it. Okay. So, do you send cards? And do you like to send cards? I love to send cards, and I love to give people cards to send. Cards are expensive, you know. I figure by the time I make my card, you know, get my papers, make my card, and, you know, it would be the equivalent of like going to, you know, somewhere to get them. And I think, you know, I save gas money. I save, see, there's a little tape here. So what you can do, you can go like that and get that off like that with your eraser. These are really nice erasers. They're Pentel erasers. I don't know if you have any of these. These are the best erasers you can ever buy. Polymer, Pentel. Okay, so they don't smudge at all, you know. Now, let's see what I like here. I like this. I think that's pretty, don't you? Just like that. And let me see if I like the black. Kind of like the black here because the polka dot, black, and then polka dot. There we go. All right, I'm going to try to get this on here. And these are really little, but you can go like that. And if you don't think it's enough, you can, let me see if I have enough. I'm going to put it one more time, right like that. Put it down and pull it out. See? It's very easy. All right. Now I'm going to put this here. And what I know, I like to, you know, bump things up a bit, like with these things here. But I try not to as much as I can, because, you know, when you mail things, if you have it too thick, sometimes it doesn't go through the mail. You have to, you know, use a little bit more money for a stamp, a little bit more to get it through. So I try to do, you know, now some things look much nicer bumped up like that, you know, but like this, this would look really nice bumped up, wouldn't it? But you know, I think I'm just gonna leave it down like that. It'll be fine. So I'm gonna put one here and one there. Yeah, someday I want to actually go live and just start making things and sharing, you know, what I make with you. I think it's so much fun to share on a video. I'm having so much fun. And this was this drawing was made by, and I can't read it. Really, I can't read it. Looks like Milwan, or somebody made that beautiful drawing. Okay, so let's get our middle done here. Okay, I don't want to forget how I did this because I really like the way I figured that out. But let's get our paper. Make sure that's going to go on here. That's going to be a little longer, I see. That's interesting. Oh, I must have forgot to cut it. That's what I did. See, on the back there's something else. But this is actually, see, I use this for something. Time to be still. I use that for something else one day. But, yeah, that's interesting that I forgot to cut this. I am going to cut this with my cutter. Excuse me 1 minute. Because I forgot to actually do that. Hold on, my cutter's over here. called a Boston Cutter, and just love it. Okay, it's like a guillotine. I've had it for years and years. Let me see if I can get my chair in there without bumping things. Okay, I'm back. All right, so let's use the big one now. All right. This time I'm going to put 3 lines of tape because it's kind of big. So, excuse my hair. I'm sure that my hair's in the way. It's kind of hard to see black on black. Oh my goodness. That's interesting. I could put a white paper there if I wanted to make sure I got it straight. I got to go to the eye doctor. I have an appointment in October. And I'm going to be so glad to get something done. Okay, now this is a thank you. Was a thank you card. But I left this on here. I guess I could take that off if I wanted, but I might rip it. But I am going to use it and then cover it. Nobody will know. And it'll just be a beautiful insert for a wedding card. That's why I love, to save things. All right, so this is going to be in the middle, and I see I got to cut that part off too. That's interesting. There we go. So somebody can put their message here or here, the date here and their message here. Okay, so this I had here like that. I think that looks so pretty. I just love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so put this here. Now, let's see again. Just want to make sure I cover that up. And I kind of put it like that, kind of like, think outside the box. It doesn't have to be straight. Got to figure these things out, And then the words would be straight, right? So that would be like right here, I think, yeah. Cool, huh? There we go. Do you like it? Okay, let me cut this little part off here. So we don't want anything to be sticking out. That's not supposed to be sticking out. That's about right. Let me get one little thing here. There we go. Now see, even this takes a little while. So, it's just, if you have the time, it's a wonderful thing to do. And then I'll sign my name, Vicki Achard, here. You sign it on the bottom. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. I love it. Okay, so that I can add. Where's all my cards? Oh, right here. Okay, so then the next card. Let's see what I did here. Okay, now here's all my pieces for this card. And isn't this pretty? Isn't that pretty? What I did was, I actually made one like that, a thinking of you card. Those were the last cards I made for the 5 people I'm going to give this to. And so, okay, so this is a part of a calendar. And then this is my watercolor background. And then this is my sentiment I made. So what I did was I stamped on this card, the calendar. And that's what I thought, oh, I want to do that again because I had another piece. It's a little different, see? It's a little different. But, so I took this card and I wanted to make it just like that. So, let me see here. So I'm going to show you how I did that with, now this is a Frisker's, I don't know what you call it, block or something like that. They have like I have a little one that I put my little clear stamps on and a big one. And so what I did is I lined this up, see, like that. And I want to show you this too. Oh, here's my little block that I put my clear stamps on here. So if you have clear stamps, these blocks are really nice. So I used, when I did my black stamping, I either used VersaFine, which is a pigment ink, and a Memento. Memento, it's a dye ink. Dye ink dries faster, and VersaFine takes like overnight or 20 minutes. You know, you can probably dry it with a dryer. I generally wait like overnight with this type of thing, because that's like a lot of stamping. I didn't want to get, you know, anything on my hands or paper or anything. But for this one, I used the VersaFine ink. And so all I did was I put, you know, when I opened this up and I put the black, and you can see I still have black on there because I haven't washed this yet. And so anyway, so this is really nice. When I did it the first time, I actually did, you know, 1, 2, and 3. I did it separate, but I thought, well, I'm just going to put all of this in one. And then what you do is you just press it down, see? And I made sure that it would fit between here and here, you know, they're like that. And then you just press it down, and it works so nice. I just love it. I'm so glad I have that to use. So anyway, so let me make sure I have nothing on my fingers here. Okay, so let's put this card together. This one I did with the white. I want to talk a little bit about the paper I use. Maybe this would help you, you know, if you wanted to get paper for your cards. And I cut all my cards, you know, on my cutter. And so this is what I get. I get Nina Bright White, and it's 65 pounds. And I get it at, where do I get this? I get it at Walmart. It's a good price. Now, I haven't had to buy it in a long time, so I don't know if they actually still have it. And then this one, but I hope so, because when I run out, you know, I want to get some more. And this one is from Recollections, and I get it at Michael's. And this is also 65 pounds. 65 pounds, I think, is really nice to work with. So then what I do is I cut it 7 by 10, okay? And then I score it at 5 inches, okay? And that's why your panels have to be, you know, 4.5 by 6.5 to fit. Okay, so let's get that down first. And I got a little bit more to put together here. So if you want to make cards, I mean, they have paper, you know, at Michael's, I've got it. You can probably go online. Okay, now the white is easier to see on the black, my black pad here. Okay, so all I want to do is go like this. Okay, and do as best as you can. If you're a little off, you know, it's handmade. Don't sweat over it, you know. Now, this one I wanted to use with this inside. So I'm going to, it looks like a little, or maybe it was this one. Let me see. Was it this one? And then this one in here. Let me see what I was going to do. I got to figure this out. Oh, yeah. Good thing I checked. Okay. So, I thought it looked, you know, this one has a really nice sentiment right here. And it just, you know, something growing needs, I don't know, just not like if I put it like this, it's like, it looks like it's like floating in the air, right? So I want to put something there. So, you know, I made, or actually, this was a scrap in the black and white. And so I'm using that. All right, so let me make sure I want to put, looks like a nice little fence or something. Let's see if I want it above the green or not. No, I want it a little below. Okay. So now, instead of doing this, like that, I can't because the tape will get in here, right? And then it'll stick to the envelope. So what I have is I have Tombow Mono Liquid Glue, and I just love this stuff. And let me see, because it has a point, and you can get it, better put a piece of paper down here. And so it has a point, so you can put it in, like, you know, spots that are kind of like, you have to be careful, see, around the dots. And if a little bit gets on, you know, your wherever not supposed to, don't sweat it. It'll just take time to dry. Okay? Now, I probably should have done, oh, anyway. All right, let me try this here. Let me see here on the bottom. Okay. Yeah. Like that. Okay. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to push this down here to make sure that if any glue got on there, it's going to get off when I turn it over. Okay. There we go. Just love this stuff too. And so there it is, the front of the card. How easy is that? Now this one was easier than a lot of other ones. Okay, now let's do the middle part here. I wanted to show you how I do that. So let me see this, and this is going to go in here. I think I wanted. Yep, that's on there. Yep. Okay, that looks nice, I think. Okay, so let's put this down first. And this is just paper that I got from my, I actually, the littler paper, I'm starting to put in a, you know, just a card box that I've had, but I'm going to try to organize that a little better too. And I actually might start making sentiments, because like this one I made already. And I just grabbed it because it matched everything. And I thought, this is perfect for this. And it was already made. So that'll save me time, you know, when I make my cards, right? So, okay, so I want to put this one about here. Now, how am I going to remember it? Because I have to put this first, okay? So here's what I do with when I work with my pressed floral art. This is what I do, because I put, you know, my flowers all over the place, right? And then I glue everything down. That's how I do my pressed floral work. So I'm going to make sure that it lands right here, this right here. Now I moved it a little like this. I think that'll be fine. So I got to pick this up and not move that yellow paper, because I got to put this first, right? So yeah, see, that's how you do that. You probably have your methods of doing things too. I would like to, you know, hear about your methods of making cards. How do you make your cards? Now this I have to be a little careful because it's a very thin paper. This was actually a placemat. You know those paper placemats you can buy? This is what this was. Scraps, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna put this here like that. I like that, just like that. I think it looks cute. It makes it, where's my black? See, I can't see in the black. It makes it look like, you know, it's like I tucked it inside, like a little note. Like a little note. Isn't that cool? All right, now, use my Tumble Mono glue again. And start to put that carefully around other places, but not the dots, so that I don't have to worry about I'm not talking because I'm holding my breath. Sometimes you gotta hold your breath when you craft. I hope you can hear me well. I'm using a different device today. Now that's a lot of glue, but we'll see. If it's too much, then I'll just, okay, now wait a minute. Let me get this on. I gotta think. There we go. I like things to be as straight as I can get them. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna press down a little bit. Some of the glue might come through. Let me see. All right, let me use that piece of paper again. Okay, none seem to go through. How about that? Look at, it's a little message tucked inside. So I really love this one too. I was going to tell you, well, let me start the next one and then I'll start talking about my new device I'm using today to do this video. How long is this video? Oh my goodness, but aren't we having fun? Are you having fun? Did you grab some of your scraps? Are you doing anything? Oh, I hope you get some ideas. Now, this one is so pretty, isn't it? I just love this. I just love it. This is my new lace that I got at Hobby Lobby. I got it for $1.74. It was reduced. I'm starting to pick up a little bit of lace here and there because I just love using it. And I don't have, this is only my second type of lace that I have. But I just love it. Now, what this card is, okay, so I got my purple paper that I thought matched really pretty with that. Isn't that pretty? And this is interesting, isn't it? This stationery kind of pulls up like that. I thought that was interesting. Okay, so, but here, it was too long. See, it's too long for my top, right? So I had to cut it. And this is a little creased, it was, you know, in my scraps. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's handmade. I'm not going to stress. So, now... here's what I'm going to do with this. First, I'm going to put this panel. Did I cut this? Let me see if I cut it. I might have to go to the cutters again. Looks a little long here. I'm going to have to go to the cutters again. Oh my goodness. Thought I had all this cut. I mean, I could just cut it by that top, but I'd rather use my cutters. I'll be right back. I'm sorry again. Oh my goodness. I have to go around my oh, what do you call this thing? Oh, just a minute. I'll tell you in just a minute. Six and a half. Panel. Now let's see. I didn't really make this 4.5 by 6.5. Let me see if this is going to fit. Because I knew I wanted it longer because this was so long. Yeah, okay, so I made that a little bigger than 4.5 by 6.5. Okay, so I'm getting into my seat here and being careful not to hit my, you call it a tripod? Is that what it might? Okay, so I have a new device. And the new device is my new camera. Excuse me. And anyway, so I asked my husband this morning, I said, about my microphone that I like to use now, that I don't have actually, because it doesn't fit in our new device. So that's one thing that I found out today. There's always something, you know, you got to get always something. So I got a new camera, now I got to get a new kind of microphone. So I hope you're hearing this. That's one goal. I have two goals in making these videos. One is that I get, you know, a good microphone. I want a good microphone. I'm really trying hard to figure all this video stuff out. You know, okay, so wait, let me think here. Yep, this is going to work here, see? All right. So, gotta put this down first. So I want to get a new some kind of better microphone, because I think audio is so important. When I listen to videos, you know, I want it loud. Now, I know you can make your you know, your device you're listening on loud, but I like it like, because when I listen to videos, I like to listen to videos when I work. I do that all the time. When I work on my, you know, crafts and my painting, when I paint and everything, I listen, and this opens up too. It's kind of cool. And so I let me see, I'm going to put that right on there. I like it loud because when I listen to my videos, because I can't, I gotta, that's another thing I gotta do. I gotta go to the hearing doctor, you know, anyway, so, okay, so here, let me put this straight on here. The hearing doctor, listen to me. Oh, gee. Okay, now, there we go. And so I want my videos that I make for people that are, you know, to be loud too, because I think that's so important. Now, I think I need to cut this down because I'd kind of like to them to kind of figure that it goes, you know, that this opens up. It's kind of cool. So let me see. I knew this was going to be a little tricky when I worked with you, but I just want to make sure that I get it real nice. So there, that's real nice. Okay, now I got to cut it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it to here, and then I'm going to cut that part off. Or maybe I should tape it to, no, I like this part better. You know what, I'm going to tape it, I'm going to put it down and cut it off both sides. Or, I hate to get rid of this part though, but I might not be. Okay, what am I gonna do? It's too uneven. I gotta come more this way. Okay, I got it. All right, so, all right. Oh, wait, I'm using this 1/4 of an inch one. I meant to use my bigger one. So anyway, did I tell you the two things that I want to make sure I do better in my videos? Better audio, and then I want to get things closer so you can, when I work, you can see me work closer to my work. I think I like, you know, when I watch videos, I like that. All right, so I'm going to go a little bit over. Okay. And then I can cut this. I got to open this up. All right. Turn it around. Use my fussy cutter. And cut this. Oh, so I you know, I got to tell you how I made this. I put my Tombow Mono glue on this, and then I put it on the purple paper, of course. So I've had this drying, you know, a couple nights now, actually. Because, you know, this is so thin that it comes through. So, but it's really nice, and, you know, it's no glue is on there at all. So I get really quiet when I have to concentrate. Okay, there. Isn't that beautiful? But, there's a but. I want to save this maybe. Look at that little piece. Now, see? I was going to throw it away. But, one day, I think, you know, if I cut that off there, I'll probably use that. I'm going to use that. Okay, so I won't throw that out. Okay, now, how did I have, oh, this. I had it right here like that. I like that, don't you? Instead of like this, see? I thought maybe this right here, like right here, maybe. You know, but I like it like this. Doesn't that look better? See? From here. What do you like? Do you like it there, or do you like it here? It kind of, you know, that if I had it there, it would, you know, unfortunately, it's just going to look like that. Just a little, can you see that? It looks a little like it got bent or something. I could put like maybe hearts there or something, but I just like this, just like this. I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to put some tape here because that's going to just be kind of in the middle, I think. Oh, I'm used to grabbing when it was up. This is my bigger one here. Okay, we are almost through. This is the last one, folks. Oh my goodness. This video got much longer than I thought. Okay, let's see. But you know what? It's fun to talk about these things, and I hope that, you know, that I gave you some ideas. There it is. So, so in a lot of these, you know, I'm going to be like this one. Let's see, did I, oh, I did that. But the ones that don't have anything in the middle, I'm going to put congratulations, you know, and you know, just a simple congratulations is what I'm going to do. So I hope that you enjoyed this and that you got some ideas. And let's see, I'm going to put this up here so I can kind of spread them out now, and we see all the cards. This is my Thinking of You card that I did. Oh, I wanted to show you one more card that I I'm going to do. Now, if you have, the other thing is if you have cards already made, you know, or bought, and they don't have sentiments on it, like this is one of my cards that I did a watercolor painting on, and someone lost their brother. So I put "He careth for you," and this is like burlap here and a piece of paper, and you know my words that I typed, and then on the inside I put "With deepest sympathy." And so like if you don't you know have any cards already made up, you can do something like that. You can just grab a card that you have in your card stash, and you can put your own, you can make your own sentiments on. So that's another idea. So let me turn you this way. There we are. And I don't know, this new phone, when I was, you know, before I started the video, I put it like this, and my head was fine, but then when I went to check the video, part of my head was cut off. So I hope that that's not happening now, but I'm just getting used to this new phone. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you got some ideas. So happy card mating. I'll see you next time. And you know, next time, actually, what I'm going to show you is I'm putting together probably about 10 cards for 5 people, and I'll show you all the cards that I put for everybody, okay? And so I'm real excited to show you that too. That's maybe, hopefully that'll be next week. So stay tuned. Okay. Happy creating. Bye-bye now.